This is AMS TV and you are watching AMS English News, and here are today's top stories. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's proposed Students' Voice program on July 17th will now be held at Bannu School Ground in Dehradun. The venue was changed after permission for parade ground was cancelled. Authorities said the decision was taken keeping the safety of students and parents in mind. Following the denial of permission, Congress leader staged a late-night protest and raised slogans against the government. The development has sparked political debate in the state, while preparations for the event continue at the new venue. Religious leaders in Haridwar have announced plans to launch a campaign related to the Krishna Janmabhoomi site in Mathura after the Kanwar Yatra end. Akhil Bharatiya Akhada Parishad President Mahant Ravind Puri said saints will discuss a date for the proposed movement and urged the Uttar Pradesh government to make an announcement before August 9th. He also said invitation would be sent to political leaders including Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav to support the cause. The statement has sparked fresh discussion around the long-running issue, while authorities continue to monitor the situation closely. Union Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari has said there is no evidence that ethanol-blended fuel damages vehicle. Speaking on concern about E20 petrol, ethanol and mileage, he said ethanol has been mixed with petrol in India since 2004. Gadkari explained that vehicle mileage depends on several factors including road conditions, traffic, driving habits and vehicle maintenance. He also said alternative fuels can help reduce India's oil imports, lower pollution level and increase farmers' income. The minister added that the final decision on fuel use is taken by the Petroleum Ministry. The central government has once again clarified that a passport is not proof of Indian citizenship. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal said that under the Passport Act 1967, passports are issued to Indian citizens for international travel. He said passports are granted only after proper verification and checks. The process is governed by the Passport Act 1967 and Passport Rules 1980. Jaiswal also noted that less than 8% of India's population currently hold a passport. The government's statements come amid ongoing discussion on citizenship-related documents. Karnataka will set up India's first artificial intelligence university. The announcement was made by Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, who said the state will also develop a major AI hub. The initiative aims to promote research, innovation and skill development in artificial intelligence. It will support students, researchers and startups working in advanced technology. The AI hub is expected to attract investment and create new job opportunities in the technology sector. The state government believes the project will strengthen Karnataka's position as a leading center for innovation and digital growth in India. The United States has carried out airstrikes on Iran for the fourth day in a row. American forces attacked several military targets including the coastal city of Sirik in southern Iran. The US has also started a naval blockade around Iranian ports to increase pressure on Tehran. US President Donald Trump warned that power plants and bridges could be targeted next week if Iran does not agree to a deal. He said Iran could face serious damage if it refuses negotiation. The rising conflict has increased fear of a wider regional war. Many countries have appealed for peace and urged both sides to avoid further military action. The India-UK Freight Trade Agreement has officially come into effect today. Under the deal, British products such as cars, whiskey, clothing and footwear are expected to become cheaper in India due to lower import duties. At the same time, 99% of Indian goods will get zero tariff access to the UK market, boosting exports and trade opportunities. The agreement was signed in July 2025 after nearly 3 years of negotiations. Officials believe the deal could double bilateral trade to $120 billion by 2030, creating new business and investment opportunities for both countries. Indian stock markets opened on a strong note today. The Sensex surged more than 500 points and was trading around 77,500. The Nifty also gained nearly 150 points to trade above 24,200. Auto and banking stocks led the rally, attracting strong investors buying. Market experts say positive sentiment supported the gains. Meanwhile, crude oil prices rose by about 1% and crossed $85 per barrel. The increase came after a recent comment by US President Donald Trump regarding the Iran deal, raising concern over global oil supply. Investors are closely watching market and global developments. Spain have reached the FIFA World Cup final for the first time in 16 years. The team defeated France 2-0 in the first semi-final played at Dallas Stadium. Michael opened the scoring in the 22nd minutes with a penalty. Pedro Porro doubled Spain's lead in the 58th minute to seal the victory. Spain will now play a World Cup final for the first time since 2010 when they won their only title by beating the Netherlands. France meanwhile missed the chance to reach a third straight World Cup final after appearances in 2018 and 2022. A break in the monsoon has increased temperatures across North India. Rajasthan, Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, Chandigarh, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh have been facing hot weather for the last 3 days. Delhi recorded a high of 38 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. Meanwhile, heavy rain has caused flood and landslides in Arunachal Pradesh. More than 1 lakh people have been affected with 7 deaths and 29 injuries reported so far. In Assam, floods have spread across 6 districts affecting 99 villages and over 37,000 people. Lakhimpur remains the worst hit district. Authorities are monitoring the situation closely. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.